So you've got some city crews out here working to handle that situation, as well as, again, firefighters who are still on scene here putting out hot spots this morning.
Well, the new Golden One Center is another source of Sacramento pride, and now wrestling fans will get an opportunity to watch some action in the new arena. WWE is coming to the Golden One Center starting October 9th.
Yeah, good morning, Emily. Good morning, Brett. As you can see behind me, there is a massive emergency response here on the southwest side of town.
Now, there are also plenty of celebrities at the DNC last night. Philly's own Boys to Men, they kicked off the convention. Academy Award winner Susan Sarandon was there with Florida delegates supporting Bernie Sanders. Also there was talk show host Jerry Springer.
I've always loved Philadelphia.
Got Amy on traffic and Rob. It was bearable yesterday, just bearable, but when I walked outside this morning, I could feel it was already warm, so that signals what?
Yeah.
It's happening.
Yeah,
this is the real heat.
All right, we're getting some breaking news out of France this morning. Police in northern France have killed 2 attackers who used knives to seize hostages in a church. 1 hostage was killed and another was seriously wounded. The French president is suggesting that the Islamic State group is behind the attack. It took place in a Catholic church in Normandy, France. The Paris anti-terror prosecutor has now taken over this investigation. In other news now, normally when you get a parking ticket, you just got to suck it up and pay for it. But one Tuolumne County man could end up making a small fortune off of his citation. As ABC 10's John Bartell explains, the man is suing the city of Sonora for $236,000 over a $41 parking ticket.
So where there is a tunnel, there could be, I suppose, a hidden train.
Yes, and that tunnel looks pretty cool. I love a good treasure hunt.
Yeah?
You know, good classic.
You want to go over
hunt.
and try to find this?
If I get to keep some of the gold, sure. I'll help
Yeah,
out.
that's the hitch,
I'll get a shovel for sure. Well, for decades, 916 has been the only area code that represents the greater Sacramento area, but that's going to change soon because we are running out of those classic numbers. So our metro area is going to get a new area code, but what it will be is still a mystery. ABC 10's Erica So has reaction.
Yeah, good morning, Emily. We're about a quarter of a mile back from the building itself, but firefighters are still on scene here this morning as parts of that building are still burning. From time to time, you can see flames rise up from the facility as firefighters work to put out some of the hot spots. Now, the good news in all of this is that the business that once occupied that building, which is the old Oliver Machinery Company, it had been unoccupied for about a year and no one was hurt. If we go back to last night, the flames broke out around 10 o'clock here on the northeast side. The flames were so intense that part of the building collapsed as firefighters worked to battle this blaze. In fact, they had to set up what are called collapse zones around the building where they pulled firefighters back for their own safety just in case those walls collapsed outwards. Another concern was that the flames could spread to nearby businesses and into the neighborhood. Firefighters were finally able to get the fire under control for the most part, but say fighting this one presented its challenges.
Based on the size of the mass of the building.
And what you're looking at now here live is basically a lake in the middle of the roadway here. All of that water came from the fire hoses and the apparatus that they were using to put out that blaze, and the water has just run off into the middle of the street here. But because there is so much construction, road construction in this area, it really doesn't have any place to drain. So you've got some city crews out here working to handle that situation, as well as, again, firefighters who are still on scene here putting out hot spots this morning. They still have not determined a cause. Reporting live from Grand Rapids this morning, Marc Thompson, 24-Hour News 8.
24-Hour News 8's Marc Thompson just got to the scene. Marc, what have you learned?
Yeah, good morning, Emily. Good morning, Brett. As you can see behind me, there is a massive emergency response here on the southwest side of town as Grand Rapids police and fire respond to this explosion. Let me get out of the way so you can see exactly where we're talking about. We're at 901 Freeman off of Market. This is the Masslink Brothers trucking facility, and they say sometime around 4:20 there was an explosion here inside one of the buildings that actually blew windows out to one of the buildings here in the facility. Grand Rapids Fire is on scene right now. They are keeping us pretty far back because it is an explosive situation and they want to be cautious. Now, the fortunate news is nobody was inside the building and there are no reports of injuries at this time, but the fire department, they're trying to determine exactly what led to the explosion, and we just had a Grand Rapids police officer who is doing some of the perimeter patrol come and tell us that the fire department, they are leaning towards a natural natural gas explosion as the cause for this huge emergency response here on the southwest side. They are not evacuating anyone from the surrounding area. This is pretty much an industrial area here on the southwest side of town, and they say that they are going to continue to perimeter this area to make sure that none of the public comes in and out of the surrounding facility here. This road that leads into the MassLink trucking facility is actually a dead end, so there's no way that people are going to be coming through this area, but they want to make sure that that is the case. That's why Grand Rapids Police is set up a perimeter, and the fire department, they continue to investigate inside here. They say that they had to put out a fire that also took place as a result of the explosion, but again, right now they are leaning towards a natural gas explosion. Fortunately, no one injured here this morning. Reporting live from the southwest side, Marc Thompson, 24-Hour News 8.
It was a grisly scene on South Division this morning as first responders worked frantically, attending to a man stabbed in broad daylight. Where this happened, was there a fight that led to this, or how strange?
Let's just say alcohol was a factor. Apparently they were joking with each other. Somebody said the wrong thing, it got a little heated, and this resulted in the stabbing.
As the victim was rushed to the hospital, the search for the suspect was on. He ran from the scene but didn't make it far as police caught up with him within minutes at his house off Darwin and Burton Southwest, just blocks away from the stabbing scene. He was taken into custody without much incident and is now facing charges. Quick and effective work by Grand Rapids Police, made possible, they say, with the help of witnesses who identified the suspect at the stabbing and led them right to the house. How important is it for witnesses to help?
It's so important. Without witnesses to tell us what happened when we get there and everybody's gone, you're starting with zero and nothing to build on. So witnesses played a crucial role again in this.
In Grand Rapids, Marc Thompson, 24-Hour News 8.